The designated hitter rule is a rule that's always been just in the American League and not the National League. But recently, the MLB is talking about adding the designated hitter to the National League, according to multiple websites and sources. I think this is a really good idea, and the designated hitter should be in the National League also from this year and on. Here is why. And if you haven't already, please make sure to click the subscribe button, as it will help us here at Sportsified News to create better content for you all. Now let's get started.
Sportsified.
Before I begin, a quick news update. Today, Tua Tagovailoa and the Dolphins have agreed to a 4-year, $30.28 million deal. That's a hefty rookie deal for the 5th overall pick in the 2020 NFL Draft. Also in the news today, 5-star running back Zachary Evans has committed to TCU after being released from a national letter of intent to play for the Georgia Bulldogs. Now on to the main part of today's video. I believe that the universal DH is a great idea. First of all, it gives pitchers rest and helps to prevent injury. In this 80-game season, injuries are going to be more frequent, and you got to keep players healthy for 80 games, and you don't want pitchers like Max Scherzer getting injured at the plate. Scherzer last year got injured in practice while practicing bunts, and even though he still pitched the next game, he had a very bruised face. The second thing is, fans like offense. MLB is going to need more sources of money in this pretty much half of the season, because they're only expected to get in 80 games and they usually have 162. They need more ways to get money. And I'm sure fans would rather see Nelson Cruz bat, because he's a well-known DH who hits over 30 home runs a year, rather than his teammate pitcher Jose Barrios, because, it's a well-known fact, pitchers are not good at batting. So, fans like more offense, and this is a way to generate more money for the MLB. Number 3. It gives old players a chance to extend their careers, like Victor Martinez, who a couple years ago before he retired, was a DH for the Tigers, and that helped him to protect his body so he could play longer and get quality at-bats for Detroit. There's Victor Martinez. Number 4. It helps players with fielding limitations. Toronto's young star, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., isn't very good at third base because he's a little bit slow, but putting him at DH gives him a chance to have a very long and successful MLB career, which he is expected to, as he was last year's number 1 overall prospect in MLB pipeline, but that's beside the point. Players with fielding limitations can be slotted at designated hitter in the American or National League, and it just gives that team another potent bat in their lineup. Thanks for tuning in to Sportsified News, and be sure to check out our website at sportsifiednews.wixsite.com/home. Also, check out our podcast on Spotify, Breaker, Google Podcasts, and more.